On Monday, this woman, Epifania Caliz, lowered her face mask and coughed in the face of court reporter Anita Nembhard, just as she was taking a video recording of her leaving the courtroom. Nembhard chalks up the incident to assault by Caliz, who had appeared in court on ammunition offenses.
She came straight towards me, took her mask from, she exited the door and came and coughed into my face.
Okay.
You know, as far as I know, I've never had a word with Epifania Caliz before. We have never had any kind of issues before. I sat right next to her in court on Monday, during what was supposed to be the decision that was adjourned. So I don't understand what could have prompted her to behave in that manner.
Almost everyone remembers when Leslie Pipersberg and Patrick Rabatu were convicted back in 2004 of the murders of their fellow Bowen and Bowen colleagues, security guards Fidel May and Kevin Alvarez. The duo's sentence of 35 years in prison was later upheld upon their appeal. But no one knows that when they exited the courtroom that day, Pipersberg assaulted a videographer and attempted to also assault a court reporter who was taking their picture as they walked out of the courtroom. Former court reporter Roland Parks told News 5 how he avoided getting hurt.
They were coming down the steps of the Supreme Court, the main court building there that has the clock on top. I was down at the bottom of the stairs trying to get a good shot of them coming down after they were found guilty. And one of them, I think it was the dark one, I don't remember the name, I don't want to say Pipersberg or this one, but the dark one, the tall one, he attempted to knock my camera out my hand. And I was holding my camera so firm, he failed to knock it out of my hand.
Roy Davis started out as a reporter back in 1979, and although he has suffered a stroke, is still working out of the courts today. He shared with us an incident when he was assaulted.
One time, I was pushed down by one accused person. Not convict, one accused person, because I wasn't convicted yet. And as I say, I expect all of that because that goes with the job. I try not to be scared, you know, by all the threats I get. I maintain my cool and I don't make it bother me.
Nembhard and Davis say that the nature of their work is such that the people who appear in court from time to time either threaten, assault, or attempt to intimidate them.
I don't want to accept that this is what will happen every day, but I also have to be very cautious, of the risk. I've always known that there is risk, but it's happening so often now.
There's been other instances where criminals, accused persons, and so on attempted to try to hit me or hit my camera, but that wasn't too cool because I usually hold my camera tight. And I try not to get too close to the people I was photographing out at the court.
But there is an amendment to the existing law that governs the penalty for uttering threatening words and for assault upon certain categories of people, including reporters. In the first week of this month, Cabinet approved the criminal code that now makes threats and assault serious offenses. Minister Francis Fonseca rose to present the amendment in the House on Friday.
Press is absolutely fundamental to our democracy. It's fundamental, in my view, to the rule of law. The press has, historically always acted as a check and balance on power. That's the whole purpose and objective of the press. So even though, even when we get irritated by questions, and over the 20 years I have been asked a lot of irritating questions, I still understand and appreciate the absolute importance of a functioning, strong press. So I certainly hope that, when the People's Commission, Constitutional Commission completes its work, that as a part of their recommendations, and of course these things have to come from the people, so I hope the press is doing its work and getting your representatives to advance this issue. I hope that at the end of when that report is produced, that will be one of the recommendations.
Davis, Roland, and Nembhard hope that the new penalties will discourage people from committing these offenses against court reporters and cameramen.
The punishment from the court would be more severe than just a common assault. And that in itself is a good thing because we who are reporters, or you guys who are reporters now out there in the public domain, you take a lot from the public sometimes.
We all need that kind of protection still. Regardless of the job that we do, we should be protected.
Amending the law, imposing stiffer penalties should help. But I don't know if it will. Because when people want to think, they're not worried about what are the consequences and what to do. You know? So I don't know if it can help, but I hope it does.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.